Another day, another topic.
Yes, sir. Back for another one. Feels good to be back.
DJ Khaled.
Another one.
You hear the Chopping It Up crew. What's up, Mayway?
What's up?
The ever so lovely,
The one and only.
the ever so beautiful,
The only way.
Nay way.
That way.
The only way.
Yeah, she really be feeling that back and forth though, like she's like her.
I guess.
And the hate begins.
No, we ain't doing that. It's all love.
We done. Alright, let's get it up.
Don't nobody hate you.
What's going on, everyone? Welcome to another episode of Chopping It Up. What's up? What's up? What's up?
Can we get a clap with that? Yeah, I love the clap sound.
Before we get started, everyone please make sure to subscribe. Hit that subscribe button. Give us a like.
There's some comments.
There's some comments for sure, for sure.
Definitely give us some feedback on what you guys think we should cover in upcoming episodes.
Right.
That you would like, you know, to hear discussions on.
We will certainly think about it.
We'll take it into consideration.
I liked that topic last time.
No, that topic
It was
was
a great
dope.
topic.
That was a very good topic.
Yeah.
Resources.
Right. In case you missed it, we spoke about resources, what to do
We all need therapy.
when you don't know what to do. But this week, though, we're going to talk about behind the scenes, what it takes to be a professional, right?
In any industry,
Any industry, things you do that no one sees, right? So, Nay, what do you think? What do you think it takes to be a professional? Like, what does that mean to you?
It took me years to get here.
Oh, okay.
I feel like, because I'm a hothead, I started out working at PetSmart. Customer service jobs help you achieve.
You was washing rabbits?
No, dogs. So now I was working the
You
cash
was a
register.
washer?
No, I was
Oh,
working the
okay.
cash register, giving treats to dogs that walked up. That's all I did. But anytime there was a customer who was, you know, what do you call it? Customer that
Non-compliant?
non-compliant. That's a good. Okay.
Difficult.
Difficult, whatever. I
Extra.
would have to call the manager.
Security?
No, the manager.
You have to call Craig and did it?
And I would watch how he handles the situation. You know what I'm saying? So it kind of taught me, like, okay, the customer's always right. This is how you handle it. Kill him with kindness.
But you know what though? It's not, just real quick, and I don't want to interrupt you, but it's not always about that one customer. It's about other customers that are watching how you handle that one customer.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you might not want to please this person. That person might be really, really difficult, and you're like, you know what? I don't really care about your feelings. But if you that way towards that person, it might be 5 or 6 other customers watching how you handle them. And that's where it matters. It's not about that person there.
But that was one example of how I adapted to being a professional and keeping that, you know,
You do it at the shop all the time.
all the time.
Like that lady that was like, yeah, remember you told me that she wanted a little bit off the top or a lot off the top, and then you took it off, and she was like, I didn't want it that short. And you're like, that's what you told me. But you kept that straight face, and you was like, how can I fix it?
You have to.
Ooh, composure. It's a big one.
Definitely.
For sure. I like that. Rich, what about you?
So behind the scenes, right? When you talk about behind the scenes, it's the things that people don't see.
At all.
Right? And for me, how I carry myself as a professional, it's not what's behind the scenes now. It's what's been behind the scenes for years, right?
Okay.
And now, and this is what I'm saying. This is a perfect example of what I mean. So, I used to work for a cleaning company.
Okay.
I was the only man in a company with 16 women. I was the guy taking out the trash, cleaning the bathrooms because the girls didn't want to do it.
Right.
I also worked at UPS, loading trucks, right? I worked at a moving company, moving people out of houses. So all of those things I kept attributes from all of those things that I apply to being a business owner now. Now I don't mind. You don't see me cleaning the toilets. I clean the toilets.
Right.
I clean the bathrooms. I sweep and mop. And y'all
Clean the
see it.
windows
Y'all
and
see it.
everything
I
like
clean the
that.
windows. I do. So all of those things that are behind the scenes that I had to do for years, I kept attributes from all of those things that are behind the scenes to apply them as a business owner now. Because everybody sees Instagram, oh, Rich got jewelry on, fresh clothes, whatever. They see all that. But they don't see the cleaning the toilets. They don't see the dumping the trash cans, staying late and sweeping after everybody's out. Or I've come home, gotten in my pajamas, and then went back to the shop and swept and mopped 10, 11 o'clock at night, just to make sure that it's clean in the morning.
That's what they don't see.
They don't see them stuff, that stuff behind the scenes. But that's what it takes to be a professional. Do things behind the scenes to make you look like you have it all figured out when the spotlight is on. And I always say that. I've said it before. Like, I don't judge a person. Like when people say, "Yo, I'm real. I'm the realest dude. Or I'm the realest girl. I'm the realest chick." It's cool to look real when the lights are on.
Right.
I think what defines you as real is what you do when nobody's watching.
Integrity.
When you do it in the dark, that's what defines what's real and what's not, or what's a professional and what's not.
So do you think that it's important for you to tell that side or show that side so people don't pass that judgment? Like,
No, it don't matter. It don't matter. It don't matter. People are gonna think what they do, what they're gonna think regardless. You could tell them, I clean toilets every single day, and they're like, yeah, but you got money in your pocket and you drive a nice car.
Yeah.
They don't care about that stuff.
Right.
So ain't no point in talking about it. You got to do it, whether people care or don't care. You still got to do it anyway.
Until they're in a position to do it, they don't care.
Right.
It's true. What about you, E? What's it mean to be a professional?
Behind the scenes, so what a lot of people see, right, is the glamour, right, all the work you put in, like you were saying. Especially in this industry, right, I'll keep it with what we do every day. You know, everybody's not fortunate, you know, to maybe walk into a barber shop at the beginning of their career and have that full book, or have a barber shop that has a strong walk-in presence. So they don't see when you was sitting down 6 hours a day, or you went out and still, or they don't see that you was out there passing out 1,000 business cards a month. They don't see that.
Right.
They don't see that you went from neighborhood to neighborhood.
Nayway
shaking
just did
hands.
it.
Yeah.
And
Nayway just
guess
did
who
it.
told me? Guess who gave me that pep talk?
It was him.
They don't see how you paid for 500 business cards and pass out all 500, and you watch 200 people look at it and throw
And
it
toss it.
and toss it. Right, and you just got to be like, okay, like it's nothing you can do. You're not gonna go fight the person because you're a professional.
Right.
This is your brand. You are your brand. They don't see how you pass out 500 business cards and only 10 people come. Right, which is a good thing. Right?
Yeah,
That's
one
10
of
more
those-
than what you have.
And one
Right.
of those people pays for the amount of money you spend
Correct.
on the business card.
And those 10 can bring you 30
Right.
That's
right.
right. That
through time.
right there is definitely out of my comfort zone. Like, that's not even me.
So
Yeah, but
fact.
you did
I
it, and-
expect me to go in a shop and people to be there, but you know, circumstances is what it is. So
Sometimes.
right.
But people don't see that work. So
So the majority of the time is that way.
is that
It's
way.
not. It's rare that you go into a popping shop and you pop it immediately.
Yeah. Like
That's rarity. The
That's
norm is sitting down and coming in early, staying late, passing out flyers.
Putting the work
That's
in.
the norm.
But they're working.
But people don't see that, so they don't look at it like
They
that's
don't.
the norm.
They don't.
Yeah,
they
I
just
definitely don't.
they look at your page, and then they just be like, "Oh man, like look how great they cut," or "Wow, they charge $50 now, and they're cutting 10 to 15 people." Like that's what I want to be, but they don't see they don't see when you was charging 15, or they don't see when you had to cut every single thing that came into the shop that, you know, might have not paid you no type of gratuity, or might not even respected your time. They don't see that part. They just see where you at now, and then they kind of look at you a certain way sometimes. Right? I've had people be like, "Wow, you charge 50? Like, what's that about?" Well, if I tell you the 6-year journey, you might say I'm too cheap,
Right.
but you don't see that. You're
Your-
looking at,
Your situation was actually on the shade room, where you was.
why they ain't tag me? Or was
no,
it me?
No, it wasn't you. It's what you did. So you charged new clients
More.
and they was like, that don't make sense. Why are you charging me? I should have. And then everybody was commenting on it saying, why do you charge me more if I want to try out your business?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, if only they knew. Because I got the backstory. You told me everything.
Yeah,
So I'm like,
because it's simple. To all those that might have the same question, it's simple, right? Every Saturday, Richie, Chris, you got that same 12 o'clock, the old head.
Right.
Yeah, I'll see you next Saturday at noon, Rich. I'll see you next Saturday at noon, Chris.
I
Yes,
got
sir,
one.
I'll
It's
see
a
you.
Sunday. I got one that's a Sunday.
What time?
First. No, he's like first appointment. Sunday.
Right.
Sunday. I'm like,
Imagine one day he'd be like, "Yo, I'm gonna book my haircut once I get up out of the chair." But for some reason, he get in his car, he need gas. So he's like, "Oh, let me get to the gas station real quick."
Forgets the book.
Forgets the book. He go home. His slot is gone.
right.
He like, what in the world? I
Yeah.
can get my hair cut
That's my slot.
Sunday at 9 a.m.
Yeah.
for the past 2 years.
Yeah.
I got it. Yo, Richie,
Yeah.
what you not there next weekend?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm there. You'll see the other times what happened. Yo, my 9 o'clock gone. Oh, somebody booked it. Then this is the other thing I'm saying. Right? There will come a point in time where people will just find your page.
Right.
Right? Like, had a guy from Canada, he was in town for the weekend, and he saw my page, I don't know how long ago. I don't know how. He booked an appointment. I'm never going to see him again. And if I do see him again, it might be a year from now. Who knows? When's the next time they're going to be in Philly?
Right.
He was a 30-plus, maybe 40-year-old man, and that was his first time coming to Philly.
Right.
Might not come back.
right.
Not coming back.
But
And that's definitely behind the scenes.
You
No
took-
one knows that.
no one knows that. You took my guy's slot. You took one of my regular slots. You just messed up his Sunday. Whatever routine my OG had on that Sunday, you just messed it up. So you gotta pay more because you may not come back to me. You may
Facts.
not be a regular. You may just be passing by. Especially me, I'm in a neighborhood where a lot of tourists go to. So they might just be like, oh snap, that's a shop. Well, I'm in town for the week. Let me go in the book. Let's see what's on there. They check Instagram pages. Oh, I like him. Let me book with Edomar. Although I live in California and I only come to Philly once every 2 years.
Yeah.
So I'm not seeing you again for 2 years. But my client whose slot you just took, I gotta see him every week. So you gotta pay more.
But
Straight up.
but
But
there's other times there. Because I just thought about this. This is a little bit off topic, but I just thought about this. Newcomers are being charged more for the fact that they might take one of your regulars' time slot. But what if
Correct.
they don't? They still get charged that amount. What if they just want to try you out?
behind the scenes, they did. How about that? They don't know whose slot they took. Behind the scenes, you did.
Yo,
It is what
funny
it
for
is.
that. Okay. I
Listen
got
though,
you.
it's you're gonna. I think right hand of Jesus, I probably cut 1,000 people in my lifetime, probably more. I do not have 1,000 clients.
Facts.
I do not.
That's a fact.
I might have cut over 1,000 different individuals. I do not have 1,000 clients. So sometimes it don't even matter how good you are. They might just not come. They might not come back.
Yeah, you don't know what the circumstances are.
You just
for-
don't
for
know.
them.
They might be like, yo, I just want to go check him out. My barber out of town. Let me go check him out.
Right.
And now you just took the slot of my regular. My regular can't make it at 10. My regular comes in at 8:30 because he got church at 10 and then he can't make it. He can't make it. Now he got to wait a whole week. So like, damn, I can get a haircut in 2 weeks. He tight. He might go somewhere else because he's desperate.
Facts.
Yeah.
He
So
was
you
applying
can
because
affect,
of a
you
one-time
can affect
person.
that. Yep.
You can affect that. Or he'd be like, man, they messed me up, man. It's your fault because you wasn't available. I'm sorry, OG. But here's the thing. A lot of people were like, well, it's just one client. Well, that could have been that client that kept you afloat while you wasn't busy.
No, that one client, I don't look at anybody as just a client.
Right.
I look at a client, and I was just telling you this when we was by ourselves at the shop the one day. Like, you might have an opportunity to cut one person. Oh, that was just one haircut. If you make them come back, you got to look at that like that's 2 times a month, 24 times in a year. Like that $40, that $30, you got to look at it not as $30, but what it's going to be in a year. It might be $300 in a year.
Correct.
In that year, that $300 makes a difference.
Right, but some bills don't come every year.
No. But it doesn't.
Come every month though.
Yeah, no.
And this is what I do now. I ask,
But if you're
like,
looking at
how
5
often do you
people-
get your haircut? You know, just in general conversation. When
Right.
was the last time you had your haircut?
Right.
How often do you get your haircut? Usually it's like every 3 weeks or once a month.
Everybody's not every 2 weeks.
Right.
Everybody's not every 2 weeks.
Not everybody. Everybody's not 1 week, right?
You know, especially kids. The parents get the kids' haircuts as an afterthought. You know what I'm saying? Like when they wake up and they're like, "Oh my God, you're looking bad." He's been looking bad for 2 weeks.
He
But
just
now it's at the point where it's
ignored.
like, yeah.
Right,
he was tossing and turning a little bit too much that night, so he
Right.
went crazy now.
right.
But it's I mean, a lot of people see that, and especially like with us being teachers and seeing students,
Absolutely.
they be like, yo, like they look at our haircuts and be like, yeah, it took work, man.
Mm-hmm.
No, I remember
Work.
people at school when we was in
I don't
school.
believe it. Y'all just got it like that.
There we go. Behind the scenes is what they don't see. It took work.
Yeah,
It
you
took,
didn't see when we were students?
yo, I graduated in Feb of whatever year it was.
17.
Yeah, I promise you, I didn't cut more than 3 heads in a week until May. That's a fact. I wouldn't lie. I did not cut more than.
No,
I was paying my
people think
chair
it
rent.
happens automatically.
I was
bro.
paying my chair rent out of my savings
Mm-hmm.
for 2 months,
That happened to me, and I left.
almost 3.
I left the shop.
See, I ain't leave.
I did.
I rocked out, and then what? In June, I was averaging 25 haircuts each Saturday.
I keep telling her.
It
It
happened
happens.
after a long period of wait. It just happened from 1 week to the next.
That's how it is.
My weekends was
That's how it
crazy.
is.
I wouldn't leave the shop Saturdays till 11 p.m. and I got there at 9. I got 1 in the chair, 6 waiting, and 1 more walk in like, yo, you got time? I can't. I had to say I can't. It's 9 p.m. I got 6 people waiting. I can't.
Well, I don't
I
regret
can't.
leaving. I don't. It was other things that.
Well, you're in the
leaving.
most amazing shop, upcoming shop now.
I mean, that's alright, you know.
You know what I mean?
You
Got
know.
that right.
I'm just playing. Y'all are family. Y'all are family. I love working here. But what about you, Chris? What do you think? What is?
So what does it take to be a professional, right? You got the behind the scenes, all the stuff that not everybody didn't see, cleaning the toilets, putting in the work, being the student, whatever. But what does it mean to be a professional, right? I think it comes down to how you carry yourself, the way you speak, you know, your composure.
The way you handled that situation this morning. That was a
Yeah.
professional
Right.
situation right there.
Yeah. So, so the guy booked haircut and beard. I thought it said haircut without beard, right? So I gave him the haircut, took the cape off.
Dusted
whatever.
him off. Man,
Right,
man,
yeah.
you good, player. Good game.
Get out.
See you later.
Yeah, he good game leaving anything.
So,
The dude look up at the price tag like, well, how much did that cost?
Did
he
you know
was,
for
he
the
was highly
service?
confused. He goes, you know, I thought, you know, said something like, I thought I got the, I booked the beard too.
He gave you the money.
Yes.
He gave him the
Gave
money.
me the money for the beard and everything. Didn't do his beard. So he says something I didn't realize. Apologized.
Yeah. No, he was like, I'm not sure how it works, but
Right.
I never got my beard done, but I paid for a beard.
Right.
And Chris was like, what? I was like, Chris, he's saying his beard, like he has to do his beard. And he was like, oh, my bad.
Yeah, it
Totally
didn't
my
register,
fault.
right.
Like, he took everything. Like, yo, I misunderstood.
Right.
You didn't do anything wrong.
Right.
It's all on me.
Right. Because I mean, this is a steady client that I have now, and it's like 5th or 6th time coming to the shop. Never got his beard done.
Right.
So this time he booked with a beard.
With beer, you're
Right.
just you're so used to
Right,
seeing
correct.
the same name and you attach what they
Exactly.
want.
Exactly.
I feel that.
But yeah, no, took our responsibility, took care of the beard.
That's that professional aspect. Like,
Correct.
you don't treat a client or you don't let a client feel like it's your fault. It's your fault. No, totally on me.
So
It's
were you
totally
always
on
that
me.
way, or was that like, or was that taught? Like,
No, it was taught, but you know, something that I definitely had to learn. You know, you can be taught as many times as you want, but if you don't retain the information and apply it for
Apply it.
yourself, then it's worthless, right?
Right.
Facts.
But yeah, being a professional, composure, like I said, the way you carry yourself, how you speak. Like we tell our students all the time, when you're on the clinic floor, you do not curse, right? Something that Tyreek always
And
would
wear the
always say.
smock.
Well, yeah,
Professionalism,
smocks, yes.
you know what I
Wear your
mean?
smocks.
Which Nate never did.
Right.
Ever.
Tyreek would always say, like, you know, you might turn away clients by cursing, but you'll never turn away a client by not cursing, right? Like, you'll never have
Offend
someone not
anybody.
come. Correct,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, you'll never have someone not come back because you didn't curse.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And
So that's something that.
might be wild.
Right. So that's something that I like to apply to not only the school but at our shop as well.
Yeah, definitely.
You know.
And we try. But as soon as that shop is empty,
Whew, that's the behind the scenes.
that's the
Right.
behind the
Right.
scenes part.
That's the you
But
gotta
you know
work
what
out.
though? You
Rap,
need that. But
gangsta
listen,
music.
that helps get you through the day too, though.
It does.
Like it rejuvenates the like the team spirit, right? Like when there's clients in there, we put on the radio music, right?
Right.
As soon as it clears, and we don't see nobody in that parking lot,
turn it up.
we turn it up. But that gives us those 5-10 minutes of like rejuvenating, so that when the
Energy.
clients come back in,
Trash talking.
we back to the radio music.
Anything. Right. And
That's the behind the scenes.
It is though. It's just that the whole thing about it is that people look at things and then they just automatically I want to get there. We can even talk about like although none of us are actors or actresses, but like a lot of people look at these actors and actresses and be like, yeah, like, you know, all these awards and making $20 million a movie, but what about when they were on stage auditioning and they were
Right.
yo, see you later, try next time. Everybody just think that, oh, Denzel just woke up and shot Training Day.
Right.
Nah, he got rejected a bunch of times, but it's what he did behind the scenes that we didn't see that got him to the point where he is today.
Facts.
So everybody fails behind the scenes.
At least 7 times.
Everybody,
Statistically proven,
correct.
you fail at
afraid of
least
that.
7 times. You can't be.
Can't be afraid of failure.
That's one of the reasons why I stay where I am and I don't jump, because
But Nate, you are afraid of something that you have already conquered. You have
That's true.
already failed at several shops. Not
That's
because not failure in the sense of you weren't good enough. They weren't good enough for you.
They
It
didn't
didn't
work
work out for
right.
you. That's a failure. You didn't stop barbering. I didn't let you either, but
Right.
you kept trying to find where you fit at.
Mhm.
That's failure. Failure precedes
It's
success.
funny you say that because you know how we do a quote of the day in the morning before theory. I wrote down previously, failure is not the opposite of success, right? It's part of success,
Right?
Mhm.
right? So you said you failed at least on average 7 times,
Mhm.
right? We're at how many shops that didn't work out,
So,
right?
No, I was like 4,
it
right?
was two.
It was 2?
Mhm.
Okay. But those failures probably taught you.
But there was
How many
failures
lessons?
inside those failures
Right.
too. Like,
For
you
sure.
know
Oh,
what I'm
yeah,
saying?
definitely.
So
Definitely.
Remember when I started working at your shop and you was like, Nay, it's time to quit your job. And I'm like, I don't know. I
Right.
used that as a crutch. You know, I wasn't going to quit because I was afraid.
right.
What if this doesn't work out?
But listen-
Even though I know you're not supposed to think that way, but that's still in the back of my mind because I
Absolutely.
got myself. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Absolutely. No, but fear is not anything to be ashamed of, though.
Absolutely not.
That has nothing to do with being afraid of failure.
so word.
You know what I'm saying? Fear is gonna be there regardless. I was scared to open up my first shop. I was scared to open up the second one.
Mhm.
Right.
But you got to learn how to put that aside, push it aside,
Correct.
to get anywhere. And if you fail, at least I gave it my best shot.
Right.
And you know how to do it.
I know
next
how to
time.
do it better the next time.
Right.
You learn a lot more from failure than you do from success.
Absolutely.
Way more. You can't
I
go in there
agree.
like
Absolutely.
you can't be like, yo, I'm scared, so this ain't gonna work right.
No.
You get on an airplane, you think it's gonna crash? Wow, you thought about that.
Way too long. Thought about
Heck
that way.
no, that's an automatic no, because I'm
But
not
this is the
getting.
thing.
If I think it's gonna crash, I'm not getting on
I've
it.
only done it when I got on a plane by myself.
Why
That
you
was
ain't get off the
only
plane
time.
then?
I don't know. I cried the entire flight. The entire flight.
Nah,
Because I had to. It was for work.
So
This
if I
is
get
your-
on an airplane, I do not think that this flight is not gonna be
Yo, I'm
successful.
different, y'all.
Yes, you are.
got that
I'm
right.
glad you acknowledge it and nobody
do you
else
not
had to
see
say
the
that.
horn on
No,
my
I
head?
do see it.
Unicorn.
Oh, I thought you were talking about that pimple.
No.
You asked me a question.
Oh my God!
I said I wasn't gonna pick on Nate today.
That's right.
I said it.
Yeah, but she said I thought she was talking.
Right, I thought she was talking about a pitbull. I wasn't picking on her.
I said
unicorns are real, so I don't know.
I said horn.
What else is on your forehead? You don't got nothing else on your forehead but a little blemish.
Context clues, guys.
Alright, my bad.
Wait.
The aggression is unnecessary.
Oh, really?
So, one that we all can relate to besides barbering, like look where we at now
Right.
with this podcast.
Ooh, I
Let's
like
talk
that,
about the
yeah.
behind the
Now we need
scenes.
to clap. Where the claps at? There we go.
What about the? So people might be on our YouTube. But look though, people might be on our YouTube channel and be like, wow, they got 3 days, 4 days. They got
But I was
100.
just saying to you in the car, bro.
What?
He's speaking it like let him finish. Let him finish and then go ahead.
You let him finish.
Yeah, I'm gonna let him finish.
I'm gonna let you finish. Y'all see the best
I'll
album.
let you finish.
I'm gonna say that at the Barber Grammys too. Oh! Somebody stop me.
Don't come on stage messing up my speech.
No, I'm going on stage if you don't win.
Oh, that. I'm going up there with you.
Whoa, I'm gonna let you get this award, but
But
you don't deserve it. You've been cut for 8 years.
my man got a list. Of people.
Go on there. Anyway, so listen though, right? Because we did post our latest instead of our first. And then, but people are gonna see our first, and a lot of people saw our first, second, third, and then they're gonna be like, yo, like, they sound better, they look better, they got more chemistry, like, everybody kind of talks, and it kind of goes into the behind the scenes,
Crazy.
it's work.
Right.
Crazy.
Started
Although
from the bottom,
we've
now
been at this
here.
for only a week and a half, it looked like we've been at this for a couple years, but it took work.
We sure did.
It took a lot of conversations. A lot of
Sacrifice.
Confidence building.
Like, get on the
Sacrifice.
same page.
Staying late after the shop closed.
Right.
chit chatting, criticism
Group meetings.
that we didn't have yet. Say no. I just playing.
That's why I looked at you. I'm like,
A lot of text messages. We got a group chat. Like, yo, we should
Right.
do this. We should do that. We should do this.
Right.
They don't see that.
Like, they don't see that. They just be like, yo, like, and we will try to be like, yo, like, I would love people to be like, yo, I want to do a podcast because y'all do. And someone did at school. Someone like, yo, like, damn, like, your podcast dope. Like, I should, do it.
Do
For
it.
sure.
Do a podcast.
Absolutely.
It's just don't expect it to be
You gotta
like
put
how
in
our
work
first one
behind
was
it.
that day. Like it took work. Like, and we just told you all the behind the scenes to get to the point where we at. We ain't even gonna talk about how much we gotta spend a year to do this.
Right.
Or spent before we even got here.
right.
Right.
Because we spent money when we first started.
Right.
We didn't have nothing to do that.
We had
Right.
nothing.
That was an idea, and we had to scramble and get stuff behind the scenes to make it.
idea, right? Ideas got put together.
Everything we're probably gonna spend also.
That's a fact.
Yeah, a table got put together, and then we just was all right. Let's face this window of the shop and let's just chat.
Yeah, but look, the very first one, we didn't have mics. We had to run and order mics.
Right.
The mic stands.
It's crazy because we're not even done yet.
I
Like, they're
know.
going to see us evolve even more.
Exactly.
For certain.
For sure.
But it took time.
Yeah.
It wasn't, although we got to the point where it looks good now, but trust me, like these past 5-6 weeks, we've been working.
Absolutely.
Like we've been while working.
And
Right.
and not only as a team, but individually too. Like we all have individual things that we're doing to make it
Right.
look like we're in unison, like
Right.
we're all moving as a team, which is what a team is supposed to do. You handle this, I handle that, you handle this, you handle this.
True.
But people don't see that. They see, oh, they all
They don't.
together, they all work together.
No, we don't.
We FaceTiming each other at 12 o'clock midnight.
Right.
Just like, yo,
Middle of the Sixers game.
Right.
yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
y'all two is spazzing.
Leaving it alone, I'm busy.
Yeah, Johnny is like, nah, what y'all want? Nah,
tell me
gotta
what
talk.
you did. Weirdo. So even that, behind the scenes, it's 4 of us, but it's really 3 because we got to tell her what to do.
Right.
So it just...
For sure.
I didn't say it.
For sure.
I'm not picking on you. I have nothing to do with that.
Yo.
You can pick on her next week.
I got it next week.
This is a tag team
Give her a
type-
break.
this is a tag team type thing.
And then Chris, you got
I
the
just
weekend.
said I'm giving you a break.
Wow,
I'm
you're
giving you a
dangerous.
break. Yeah, you are dangerous.
What? Cut. We're done.
Oh man. So what they don't see.
Also, like with personal lives too, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Like the behind the scene with the personal lives,
That's right.
it's crazy, bro.
All day.
Like they don't see none of that.
They don't see none of that.
Yo, listen. Just yesterday, I didn't even come to the second shop because I was tired, bro. I had like 17 clients yesterday, from 9:30 in the morning all the way till like 7:30, and then my wife called me and she's like, "Little man need a haircut." I'm like, "Oh my god." I just finished cutting 17 people, right? I want to come home, get the clothes on, take a shower, get in my PJs and chill, but I can't. I can't. I gotta go cut another one.
Right.
I laced him. I was so mad I
You
laced
don't have
him.
the proof of that.
You know, I got the pictures right here. Hey, I ain't, you know. You want to see
No,
it?
that's what you got.
I wrote a song about it. Want to hear it? Here it go. No,
But
but
that's what you got to do the next day.
what do you mean?
Put that face on like you.
Yeah, like it was all good.
Right.
Look at what time that say last night.
Fire.
What that say? What time that say last night?
11 p.m.
11 p.m. I finished his haircut, bro. After working from
Crazy
9:30 in
design.
the morning with a crazy design.
What they don't
Oh,
see.
yeah.
They don't see that because you got to handle family life too. When you being a professional, right? You got to handle the clients, the clients' moms, the
Yeah.
clients' dads.
Everything.
You got to handle all that.
But with personal life though, like they don't see how you can, juggle your personal life and your business. Like they just see how they kind of both kind of like, okay, like they got it all figured out.
No.
That's what they say.
Yeah,
Or that's how it looks.
That's how it looks.
They got it all figured out.
but that's part of being a professional. Part of
Correct.
being a professional is making it look
right.
effortless.
And it's just, it takes a lot of work.
I took a shower, 11 o'clock, I finished his haircut, I took a shower, I ate my dinner at 12 midnight, went to sleep, woke up at 7 o'clock in the morning to get ready to do it again this morning. And I was there all morning, drove back to my house so Chris could pick me up to be here.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they don't see all that in
They don't see
between.
that.
They see, oh, they look good on camera.
They look good. They all there.
Right,
But what about before that?
exactly.
You're not
So-
supposed to say it. It don't matter.
Exactly.
One day we'll document it.
But that's what being a professional is, though, is
That's what it
making
is.
people feel like that was effortless. You know what I'm saying?
That was smooth.
That was smooth.
I mean, I wouldn't say not everyone not cares, because I care about stories. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to go to your page and
Yeah, no, I don't
see
mean
that,
not care.
Not
you got
everybody.
everything figured out. Next, you know what I'm saying? But I want to see your story. I want to see how you got there.
But that's
I'm
because you
someone-
want it as motivation.
Right.
Right.
I want it as motivation, and I'm someone who has to get it from the bottom. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's why.
I'll do
So
it
if you
wrong.
can do it, I could do it. That's how I think.
Right.
Word. Some people think the complete opposite.
Right.
Exactly.
Some people already had it made. Like when I was saying how we talking about how we all had to put in the work to get clientele, but you had that one person that just walked into a shop, and then 3 months later they was already cutting 15, 20 people a day, right? They don't understand the struggle of it.
Yeah, they didn't have to put
They
in the
walked
footwork.
into the money.
walked
Yeah, they
into
got
it.
better. Of course, they're barbers, they're professionals, but what they gonna do when it's time for them to open up the shop, right? You never learn that. You never learn that process. You just walked in and immediately started eating.
You
But
think
what-
they?
That sound
you think
familiar?
Barbers,
That sound familiar? I
those
tell
type
her
of
all the
barbers take it for
time.
granted.
They do.
Most.
A lot do. A lot, especially if they never open up that. If they never open up their own shop or go somewhere else, they don't understand it. They just think that whoa. Last shop I was at,
I ain't sweet.
they already had, I ain't sweep, or everything was clean, or my
The
first
neck
week,
strips was filled.
yeah,
Like,
my
all that
first
was
week,
done.
I had like everybody was giving me 2-3 cuts a day. I don't know what shop you was at, bro, but
That's
you gotta
not
get
real
your own
life.
stuff here.
Yeah, that's not real life.
All right, you gotta put your own work here. Well, how I do that? Man, you gotta go out there and shake hands. You gotta go out there and pass out business cards. You gotta go out there and have a social media presence and let the world know where you at. Yeah, but how do I do that? How long you been cutting together? 6 years. You don't know how to get
You don't know how
clientele?
to do none of that.
Yeah, because you have no behind the scenes. You have no trail.
Right.
You didn't take the dirt path. You was straight on the street from the rip. Your shoes not dirty.
Right.
So you gotta understand that because everything looks good now, you can't be like, oh man, they got it made, they set. That's disrespectful to someone, because the journey is what matters to a lot of people. To me, the journey is the dream, not what became, right? What I am now, right? Me being able to cut is the amount of people that I have, the clientele that I have, the loyal clientele that I have. That wasn't the dream. The dream was how I got there. The journey it took me to get there. That was the dream. That's what got me to get up every single day.
Right.
The journey was all worth it. The journey was the dream. This is just the outcome.
Right.
Oh, yeah, I got it. I'm good. But the dream, but I had fun. All the bad days, the good days, the in between, all the work you had to do, all the rejection you had to take. I'm telling you, as barbers, we gotta get good with rejection.
That's true.
Some people don't know what that is. In this industry, if you can't take rejection, go to haircutters.
Yo, I had a client call me. I cut this lady. What was that? Friday maybe? No, I was at Warminster Friday. Saturday. Cut her on Saturday. No, I'm lying. It was Tuesday. It was Tuesday. No, listen. Because my days is
What are the
mixed
ones
up.
that end with day, right?
Yeah, it was one of the Amber days. I cut her Tuesday. She calls me Wednesday, and she says, "You took a big chunk out of my hair." I know very well I did it, right?
Right.
I'm like, where? She's like, on the top corner of my head. You messed me up. And I was like, in my mind, like, I know I didn't, right? But I said, come in tomorrow. We'll look at it, and I'll fix whatever has to be fixed. She texted me that night. Oh, it was the way I was combing my hair.
Oh man.
Right? Because she was thinning. Like, that's why she gets a barber haircut and doesn't go to a stylist, because I fade her hair, and it's thinning into what she has.
So it makes it look
But
like
she
you got more.
right, she was using a curl sponge, and I guess the curl sponge curled too much.
Right.
But immediately,
For thin hair, sure
for
will.
thin hair, it will.
Sure will. Just a
So
lot of scalp.
immediately, that rejection, like, you messed me up. Immediately, I'm like, that says I'm not coming back to your shop anymore,
Correct.
right? Send me a long text later on that night. I'm sorry, I don't want to lose you as a barber. It was the way I was curling my hair. But you got to be able to. Immediately, I said, come in tomorrow, and I'll look at it, and I'll fix whatever has to be fixed. Even though deep in my heart, I was like, I didn't mess that up. I know I didn't mess that
But
up.
you know, the professionalism still kicks in,
Right.
no matter what time it is. Yeah, you gotta, all right, let's find this.
Let's find a solution to it.
Together somehow.
She would have lost me as a barber. Only
Why?
because she needs to take accountability. Like, you don't attack someone like that.
That's what he just said. You got to be able to take that rejection though, and
criticism,
and you have to maneuver around
So,
it. So you have to understand that this lady.
When is she at fault, and where is she at fault?
No, she took accountability for it.
well, she still admitted fault. She said it was the way. Yeah.
So here's the thing though. You gotta understand the context. The woman is losing her hair, right? So she's already going through a traumatic experience as a female, right? For a man, it's like, I'm losing my hair. That's what it is, right? But for a female, it's way more traumatic than that.
Right.
So you got to give some leeway to kind of like sugarcoat the situation, because I promise you.
Now, what you say is how you say it. You messed me up. Like
Right.
that.
Well,
No, that hurt. That hurt
Right.
immediately.
You know what I'm saying?
It hurt.
Yeah, but if you felt like somebody messed you up, you're not gonna be nice about it.
Yeah, no,
And
she's
that's what she's
feeling
in fault at, because at the end of the day, she apologized to him because she was wrong.
right.
That's what I'm
So
saying.
she didn't lose me
You
as a
saying
barber.
that she would have lost you. That would have been
Find
a claim.
another
Goodbye.
barber.
That's on you. That's not on her.
It's another
You got to be able to dissect the
waiting around behind
situation.
you.
Oh, wowzers. Okay.
So that's
That's an
that.
interesting take you got there. Man.
Right. That's
Very.
that $300-400 a year.
That, like
Hold on, time out.
listen,
That's that $300-400 a year that pays for your business insurance.
but this is, everyone can be replaced.
Ooh.
Yeah, but why? Why do you want to when you don't have to?
I mean, this is where our opinions clash, because
And let's hear
When you
yours.
when you own a business, your perspective is going to change, because you know why? Because it doesn't matter if they can be
you
replaced or
booked
not.
up 17 clients a day.
and I still don't
One-
want to lose one. I still don't want to lose
Someone
one.
like that,
I still didn't want to lose him.
Like what? It was
Like
I
what?
thought you messed me
you
up.
messed me up.
It's
And-
just
and
a
he
simple
did it.
misunderstanding.
It was,
Nope.
oh, hey, I'm sorry. Can you
Think
come in
before
so
you
we can
talk.
see?
That's exactly what I said.
Think before you talk.
I agree with think before you talk. However, he still handled it like a
Oh,
professional.
he did, yes.
She admitted
He's
fault.
not at
She
fault.
apologized.
He's not at fault. She is.
She
I
is.
agree.
And this is where she would have lost me as a, I accept your apology. Can't come to me no more.
Wowzers.
I
She
felt
fired because of that?
That's that.
Wow.
If someone attack you like that and then apologize, you're not gonna.
Only time I would fire you as a client, which I did to one person for the same reason.
Oh,
I'm gonna tell you.
wait a minute.
Hold on.
Well,
Nay,
Wait a minute.
that's for Nayway. She won one.
Thank you.
She
She
did not.
won
I
one.
did.
She
She
did.
did not. Watch
She
this.
did.
Listen.
I think Nayway won one.
No, so hold on. Let's see if it's a victory after this.
Okay.
I cut Main Man, never cut him before, right? He was one of the guys that was always around the shop. This was at my first shop, towards the left. I cut him, he come in. Cool. Lay him down, whatever. He comes back 3 weeks later with a perfect circle the size of this. Perfect circle. He walks in like, yo, you gave me a ball shot. I was like, bro, I cut you a month ago. I said, let me see. He put his head down. I'm talking about it looked like it got done that morning.
Alopecia.
Facts. So I was like, yeah, bro. I said, listen. I don't, I'm sorry you feel that way, but I didn't do that. I said, actually, and I'm gonna tell you how. I said, the tools that I use, there's no way possible that
To
I
make
can make
that
that
circle.
perfect circle without you wondering what in the world I'm doing. No, you did it, blah, 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 F words and all that. I said, well, let's go outside and talk. We went outside. I said, another person came out that he was cool with. He like, yeah, bro, I used to cut hair for a while. Like, there's no way he did that. And if he cut you 3-4 weeks ago, it would have been some type of regrowth.
That would have
There
grew back
was none.
already.
So like, nah, y'all playing with me. He said, you either gonna give my money back or you gonna fix it. I said, what's the third option? He was like, oh, you think it's funny? I'll be back. I said, I'll be right here. He came back. Nothing, still more yap, yap, yap. I said, I can't help you because I didn't do that. I said, what that could be is, at this point, it wasn't no more generosity. It was just like, yo, like, what you trying to do now? Nah, man, you messed me up, bro. I said, what are you trying to do? I told you that you need the third option. Because 1, you're not getting your money back. 2, I'm not fixing anything. Because I didn't do that. I'm telling you that it's impossible that I could have done that. It's a brand new bald spot. Like this just happened last night. I cut you 3 weeks ago. Nah, whatever, they left. That's when you're fired. Did you still win?
Yes,
Yes.
because the only difference
How
was
she
he
won?
dragged.
She won.
The only difference between
How?
your
She
situations
won.
is your client dragged it without an apology following behind it, but you still felt violated. It's the violation that gets you fired. You know?
No.
Yes.
It was the disrespect and him talking about we about to fight and I'll be back.
Violation.
Went around the corner like I'm gonna be back and do
violation.
something.
Disrespect.
His situation was way different. She didn't come at him like that.
She not like that, but it's still like you messed me. What is the words verbatim? Please
I'll bring him up.
bring them up.
And then I
Bring him
went,
out.
I told him how it happened, and he still insinuated to violence.
Right.
You're
So
fired.
I understand why you fired.
Why would I ever cut you again?
But this is the thing, right?
If he would have came up to me like, yo, listen, you did this, I'm like, listen, you right, bro. I guess you can't do that. I need to figure out what it is. What you recommend? What should I do? I said, look, check with a doctor or something. Maybe you got some type of stress and it causes this. All right, bet I appreciate you. I'm gonna go check that out. Thank you, though.
You're
I'll
saying
still
exactly
cut you
what
again.
I'm
Come
saying,
back a couple
just
weeks later.
in the extended version. It's not what you say, it's how you say it. If you come
Okay,
at me sideways.
But if he would have said that to me, I would have still cut him again. That's why I'm telling you, you don't win this. Because if he would have approached me like that, I would have cut him again. But because he approached me with, F you did this, I don't care what you're saying, after I was professional and nice, then no, I
Chris-
can't service you.
Chris, what do you think?
You really want to know my
I really
opinion?
want to know your
Hold the hell.
opinion. Never hold
I think the client the client should have approached him with more professionalism.
Facts. He was straight to, all right, bet. Yeah, we outside now. I'll be back.
apologize. Say that one more time. I missed it. I'm sorry.
She's not being a professional
he's
podcaster.
guessing.
Oh.
He handed me his phone in the middle of
You
the
just asked me
You can
for
read that
it.
later.
You're right, facts. So why'd you hand me your phone,
You
Rich?
just said what's the words verbatim. You asked me for it. Now you're bullying me.
Go ahead, Chris.
I'm sorry. I'm
I
sorry.
think the
Tell her how she
client,
lost.
I think the client could have approached him with more professionalism.
But you can't expect a non-professional to be professional.
Facts.
But that's what we
Correct.
say. Listen though, y'all not getting to the end. You said she won because of me not firing him or firing him. In that aspect of what I just told you, would you have cut that man again?
Never ever in his life.
Hold the L.
Hold the L.
If he would have came at you like the way that she did, and then you right, man, I didn't even think of that.
Not fired.
Hold the L.
You want to know? Listen, this
Well,
is the
she
thing.
said-
You're going to be on edge cutting.
She
this
said that
person.
she should have got fired regardless.
She
No.
should have got fired.
So you was
If she
co-signing the
got-
bad
listen,
loan
listen.
because you didn't know what she
No, no.
She
said.
can come at you sideways for something that you
Co-signing
didn't
a bad
do.
loan. If they ask me for a loan, I'm not
The
co-signing.
APR on that was 45%. You signed it.
Don't go with the popular
On
vote
6
because-
months.
I'm not.
because he thinks he's him. But listen to what I'm
I'm
saying.
not.
Okay. You're going to be on edge cutting this person. She accused you of doing something you
Yeah,
did
no,
not
that's a
do.
fact.
So
I agree
next
with
time
that.
if that happens,
It
I
won't
agree.
happen
all right, I gotta
because
make
she
sure everything
combed-
is perfect.
No, she combed her hair wrong, so now you would teach her how to do it, and it would never happen
She
again.
also admitted fault.
Now the next situation happens.
What next situation? She was like, "Yo, I don't even know how
took me
to.
too high this time.
I don't know how to use a curl sponge. He's gonna teach her how to use it. Yo,
Well,
you
that's
see
what
how
you
I
should've
did
led
it?
with. I'm using a curl sponge. Am I doing it right? Because now I have a bald spot. She's at fault regardless.
No, she's
fired.
so listen. I'm not disagreeing with the fact that she's at fault. She was at fault for even. She should have tried to recomb her hair before she even sent that.
That's
text.
all I'm saying.
The text
That's
was
all I'm
like
saying.
the text was direct, like, "Yo, you messed me
That's
up,"
all I'm saying.
and I was like, "What?
That was the first time you ever cut her.
No, it's like the 5th time I've cut her."
Okay.
But every time I went lower and lower. She was one of them women that used to put braids in her hair, so she used to pull her hair a lot, right? And one side is completely gone. So what I do is I try to match the right side to the left side because the left side is already like
Right.
almost like a temp fade,
Okay.
right? Every time I cut her, like I go lower and lower to show her because she wasn't comfortable with just rocking a low hairstyle.
She's trying to hold on to it.
She was trying to hold on to it. I was like, you look like you're hiding something. Yeah. So I was like, you look like you're hiding. You look like you're hiding something by continuing to hold on to this.
I did it too. Did you notice?
So I'll keep talking until everyone knows what I'm saying. The story's done. That was gonna be
Yo, my bad.
No, I'm gonna be a professional and I'm gonna say, let's go to the next story.
No, I don't know. It was her fault.
I
What
just
did
kept
she say?
talking.
What did she just say the
Nothing.
other part for?
You guys are real consummate
pause right
professionals.
there,
I'm just gonna say that. You guys are professionals.
My bad, Rich. I didn't
Way
mean
to
to
go. No, you're the number one professional.
Behind the scenes. Y'all see what it takes to be a professional?
All right. You gotta keep
Listen-
going with the flow.
Yeah, listen to
When the
it.
music stopped, you keep singing.
You go.
Y'all wasn't listening, I just kept talking. I'm just gonna keep going with the flow.
And it got to the point like, yo,
Hey, yeah, drop the mic.
good?
Drop the mic.
Do y'all hear me?
So is my mic working?
I can hear you.
Oh goodness. That was good.
That's,
All right,
it's
man.
behind the
So she was
scenes,
in the
man.
temp fade.
No, it's done. Okay. That moment is over. First time is shame on you. Second time, you just can't let it happen the third time.
But no, listen though. On some real stuff. How do you think though, like, because I was behind the scenes.
Right.
Nobody knows that.
Yeah.
Between you and her and then us now.
Right.
But like, how do you get to that point to where you can handle things when the curtain's closed like that?
Mhm.
Yeah, she texted me at night. I was sitting there like chilling.
But how do you
done.
think you get to that point to even be like, wow, how do I handle this like this? How do you get to the point to handle it like that instead of firing?
She don't know because she would fire her.
That's true.
Yeah, but I will fire her.
You
in
can't
a
do that
professional
forever,
way.
Janae.
I would do that in a professional way. Like I've come a long way. Like I'm not disrespectful anymore.
It has to stop one time. Though. It has to stop one day.
Yeah, you have to start looking at situations as more than
How do you
I'm gonna
personal.
read the situation.
What do you got to do
I'm
behind the
definitely gonna
scenes
read
to fix that?
What do you mean?
Some people read that. It was a text message. It
Right.
was a text message.
Right.
I did not even meant it like that.
Doesn't matter.
How do you get to the point where you change it? Or you just not changing it?
Read the room. Read the situation. It depends on how you come at me. Like I said, again, for the how many times I said it? It's not what you say, it's how you say it. So if you approach me
It's
in a way
text
that's
message. How do I say a text message? Number one thing that people do in this world is they interpret the text messages the wrong way that it was written.
right. So if you send me a message
What if she was like,
and
yo?
I take it the wrong way, it's your fault because you sent me the message.
That's your fault.
No, it's
What
not.
if she was like, yo, you messed me up? Or she'd be like, hey, you messed me up.
How do I know that? You sent the message. If you wanted to get your point across in that tone of voice, you should have called me.
I'm not calling you 11 o'clock at night.
Well,
It's not happening.
call me in the morning.
I'm not even answering. the
Call me in the
phone.
morning.
But I just noticed it now and I'm heartbroken. My hair is all like my hair is my lifeline.
That's what I'm saying. So whose fault is it? At the end of the day, it falls back on the
Nobody,
client.
so listen, Janae, nobody's disputing that she was wrong. She
I'm
was
trying to get.
wrong.
I'm trying to understand what he's trying to.
What he's asking you is,
you can't
aside
fire
from being
everybody.
right or wrong, aside from being right or wrong, he's trying to figure out how you go from I'm ready to fire everything to even if they're wrong, as a professional,
Like I said.
I can't fire everybody.
Read the situation. I'm not going. I'm
How you do
not
that?
going to.
I don't know how to do that. You tell me the behind the scenes look on that. How do I do that?
So you saying you taking each situation individually,
Nah,
and
she's
going
choosing
off of a
violence
vibe?
each one.
or is everybody fired that comes at you wrong?
So okay, you want an example? Let's take the lady as an example, right? So she texts me, "Hey, so I'm noticing I'm using the brush, sponge brush, and it's giving me a bald spot. Like, I don't know if you did it. I don't know if it's something I'm doing wrong.
That's the correct way to approach
I know it's
it.
late, but could you assist me tomorrow or something like that?"
So
You
let
know?
me ask you this, genuinely speaking,
Mhm.
all jokes aside.
Mhm.
If you go to a hairdresser and something is wrong, after you paid money and you ready to go out and something is wrong with your hair, you telling me that you're going to address your hairdresser the way you're speaking right now?
Absolutely.
Not a
It
fact.
happened to me.
And
You had to fix my hair one time. It happened to me. My
Mhm.
friend, she accepted. I asked for a bob, knowing she doesn't know how to cut a bob. She accepted the job.
Okay, yo, Robert.
I don't know. And I got
Again,
up.
it wasn't me picking on you. I'm
I'm not picking on her.
Listen, I don't even know who that is.
Okay.
So that's just
We'll talk about that later.
Who is Bob?
a bob.
Oh, I thought you meant Bob.
Yeah, a bob.
No, like a Bob.
I'm done.
Oh my God.
Now listen, for real. She gave me a bob. I stood up and I said, "Oh, girl, you gotta fix this." And I laughed it off.
Uh-huh.
I didn't get mad at her. I said, "You gotta fix this,"
Right,
before I left.
right. But that's different. You caught it right
She
then and
didn't
there.
fix it because I had to fix it.
Right.
You
But I
So how
still-
did you handle that?
But I just how I said it. She thought that she fixed it. She fixed it to the best of her ability. It wasn't to my satisfaction. I left. And I didn't get mad at her because I know she can do other things well. She does my braids, she does my sewing, so it's cool. You know, whatever.
But you went into that situation knowing that she doesn't do that type of hairstyle.
I didn't know.
Oh.
She accepted the job. I didn't know she didn't know.
Oh, okay.
Once she picked up the clippers, it was like, oh, man.
Yeah,
Maybe
was
she
doing-
knew how to work it. Hold up.
She
Maybe
was doing a bob with clippers.
Maybe not.
Sheesh.
She once you pick up clippers and you ask for a bob, you already know.
It's over.
It's over.
Yeah. Yeah, but that's kind of
Maybe
different
not.
than you going home, getting ready to go out, you all dressed up, and a track fall out or something.
Dangerous.
Then you like, come on.
But still,
You
look,
pissed
I
off because
know-
now it's going to ruin the rest of your night.
Listen, now that I'm in this profession, I know what it's like. So I would never come at anyone sideways. I know you might have not had a good day,
Right.
so you're giving half effort. But I know what it's like. But I'm still not gonna come at you sideways. Hey, you braided my hair and it's coming out. Is there a day that works for you that you can come fix it? I would never come at you sideways.
Right.
You messed me up. I want my money back.
Well, she didn't say that.
She
didn't say that.
I'm talking
She
about
didn't
you.
say that.
Your client said that.
Exactly.
And that's why. Listen, had she gone way harder, like as far as me messing her up, then I would have approached it differently.
Got fired.
Right.
But she said, you know, I got a bald spot. You messed me up, and the way I responded allowed her to go back and reevaluate what was going on.
But that answered your question. Did that answer your question?
It did.
Okay.
I was gonna say, to answer that question, the only way you can learn how to handle situations like that is through
By going through it.
experience and repetitions,
Mm.
right?
Life skills.
Life skills.
I think that once you put in your mind, like, my business is more important than my pride,
Mm.
Dangerous.
and you put that pride aside and you handle every situation the same exact way, you're right, I'm wrong. No matter what. Even if you know you're not wrong, allow yourself the opportunity to prove to that person that you weren't wrong. But right now, you're right. And I'm wrong. So I said, come in tomorrow, we'll look at it, and whatever has to be done to fix it, we'll do that to fix it.
Fix it, please.
I didn't even get to the next day. She texted me back and was like, yo, I was curling it the wrong way. And it looked like a bald spot. I won't see you tomorrow. Okay.
And
I'll
because
see you
you
next
knew how
time
to
you
handle
came
that situation,
That allowed her to relax.
and allowed you to retain the client.
All right. So I think we need to recap. About that time to say bye, man.
Till next time.
Until the next one, please join us again. Make sure you guys share. Make sure you guys let your friends and family know to follow us on YouTube.
Don't forget
Subscribe
to
to
hit
the
that
channel.
subscribe button.
Hit the subscribe button and the notifications so that you get notified every time we go live. Chopping it up. We out here.
Got it next week. Anyway, what you got for us? Anyway, say bye.
Say bye-bye.
Anyway, never want to say bye to you.
Bye-bye. She never wants to
Say
leave.
bye to him.
Say appreciate y'all for watching. Something.
Thank you guys for watching.
Hey, we out.
Subscribe. We out.